What's up, YouTube? This is Tyler. He got third place today at our locals with Frog Paleozoics. You want to just get started?
Yeah.
You can explain whatever you think needs explaining.
Gotcha. So 3 Swamp, 3 Dupe, and 2 Ronin. All low rarity because we're poor. But standard 8. I played main deck Nibiru. This was pretty decent. I think I only dropped it a few times, but just having this in the main deck, it was mainly because I wanted it out to like some board states, certain board states, so it just helped out a little bit. And I wanted to play this in some number of capacity, so just set it on 2. I got 3 spells, the 1 Scapegoat, which I never saw, 2 Super Poly, which I saw but I never got to activate because there wasn't like good opportunities.
You played Orcus round 1, so you could have seen it. You could have used it.
I could have, but it's like it wasn't like in a position where like it would have been good. Paleos for Paleos, it was the obvious 6. I played 2 Dynamiscus.
1 super.
Yeah, the great mismatching rarities. Only wanted to play 2 because the discard does kind of get a little awkward sometimes when depending on your opening hands, but still a good card. You still need to. I think 2 is probably correct. And then I just put this in here more for a filler space, but it's still a good card. Just send 1 from deck to grave. 3 Trap Trick. Any of your normal spells. It's the best card, probably one of the best cards on the deck. Besides Swamp Rock. 3 Compulse because
mismatching.
Exactly. Middle rarity is the best rarity. But this, I don't think I saw this too much. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I actually didn't see this at all, but in theory, it's insane. Lost Wind, pretty good for just keeping your monsters alive. And
is that mismatching also?
Yeah. Super and ultra. This whole deck's like mismatching, but helps make it to where your monsters don't die, and then just negating effects if it's necessary, or it's always necessary. Crackdown. This was actually insane against the Mech Knight Invoke matchup because I just kept taking his monsters, and
he wasn't able to have columns.
Yeah, he wasn't able to have columns, and he wasn't able to combo off. And then last traps of the deck are 3 Strike.
All mismatching again.
Exactly. You can't play this deck without mismatching rarities. I feel like if you play a trap deck, you at least need to play this. That way you can like
stop everything.
Yeah, you can stop everything, and then like you can actually be able to play even if they have like a negate board at least. But it did well. It was like it also performed well against the Mech Knight Invoke deck as well. And then the last 3 cards are Judgment, stop everything. Just best card.
So you said 41 cards?
Yeah, okay. 41 card deck. Didn't really matter that it was like 1 card over. I thought it was good. Extra deck for the Xyz, it's just 3 Toad, best one to make every time. And then 1 of each of the Paleozoic ones. I made this one. I didn't get a chance to make the Blue Boy, but I got a chance to make this one a lot. It helped a lot in the Orcus match. Just getting more resources in that match was pretty good. And it didn't really come up that it was unaffected by monsters, but that's just a little cheeky thing. This thing is really, really amazing if you get to make it, but sadly it didn't come up. For Link, this was for Scapegoat. This is also for Scapegoat.
Is it ulti?
Yeah, swanky. This is technically for Scapegoat, but you can also make it since I played Aftermax. Only one Misstart Boy. I was finding that usually when you start off your plays, you're starting off with Toad,
and if it survives, you can just make another one.
Yeah, and it's like most of the time you're usually only making this for like Borrelsword OTK, or it's just Link arrows to like extend more. So it wasn't really necessary for 2. Plus, it can, in like worst case scenario, it can just recur itself. Standard.
Nightmare package.
Yeah, Unicorn and Phoenix, just best cards there. And then Link 4s were
Big boys.
Borrelsword. I OTK'd 3 times with this. I did it against the Orcus match, I did it against Mech Knight, and then I also did it against the zombie deck. Played Avermax. I misplayed with it because I forgot that Jamming Waves could target the Striker's own set cards, so
it
just died, and it didn't even matter that I could shuffle back a card because he just had resources all on me. And then I had 2 Super Poly targets, which was Starving Venom and Diplexer. I only played Diplexer in case like I went up against other Cybers decks that aren't Salad, but luckily no one was even playing a Cybers deck. Side deck. The obvious 3 Lancia. Gotta play it in this format right now. 2 Border. This was actually really, really good. Because, like, usually when you side this in, you just have, like, this protected by, like, Strike and, like, 3 other back row. Like, your opponent can't even do anything for the most part, even if they open Pankratops. Like, they have to open, like, perfectly just to out this and like the board that you set up, and then you can still play under it because usually most of the time you're just having your like Paleos resolve in the graveyard and they're not monster effects, and it's just all good. Only 2 Pankratops.
Mismatching again?
No, they're both Ultra. Both Ultra, so we're all good there. But it's obvious. Go whenever you have to go second. I didn't get to side this in, but it's good in theory. It just blows out anything. This was mainly for Striker, these 5.
Okay.
But you can also go you can also do it with like whatever matchups it comes up when. Like you can have this can also go for like these 5 can also go for Pendulum too. And
then those 2 can be for like a stun based deck.
Yeah, like. This whole 5 here was just more focused for Striker, but it also just gets a wide array of other decks as well, so it was pretty good.
So what'd you play today?
So I played, first round was Orcus. I won game 1 because he bricked and I didn't. Game 2, I essentially just told him to show me the Trisbania because I couldn't do anything like through that. Game 3 was kind of a grind fest, but I mainly won because I drew Lancia for 2 turns. Round 2 was Striker.
Game 1 took like 35 minutes.
Yeah, game 1 was like full on like 30 minute game 1, and then like he high-octane'd me for games. Like, can't really do anything about that. Game 3 was...
round 3.
Round 3, yeah. Round 3 was...
Zombie?
Yeah, it was Zombie. Nothing really important there. It was just, like, I was able to get my resources and he wasn't. Like, I just locked him out of his resources. He did get game 2, though, but, like, I got the whole game altogether. But, last round was... Mech Knight invoked.
And he bricked, didn't he? Didn't he draw like triple?
Well, the first game he didn't brick. Like he had actually like the full-on nuts for his deck. Like it was, he got to the Alistair, he got to the Mech Knight blue, and then he got to purple. But like with the resources I had in that game, he couldn't do anything. Game 2 he did brick. I feel like if he didn't, he probably would have took that game. But you know, you take it as it goes. But that was it.
Yeah. So thanks, Tyler. Hopefully we play this again.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Please like the video and subscribe. Peace.